A lot of news media is commenting, what are the odds that yesterday LeBron James passes Kobe Bryant in scoring and the next day Kobe dies? And that is the right question, especially what are the odds that in an 82-game season, the game LeBron passes Kobe is in Philly, 1 in 82 chance, Kobe's hometown. If you missed the work I did yesterday prior to LeBron passing Kobe, I talked about how with these major rituals, there's often ritual death. And I talked about the deaths of Daryl Dawkins and Moses Malone, Philadelphia basketball stars who both died the season that Kobe finished his career. Daryl Dawkins died at age 58 and Moses Malone died at 60, exactly 213 days before Kobe's last game where he scored 60. And of course, LA's the 213 area code.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high.
Alright y'all, we're back. This video is for the naysayers. It's this deep, y'all. It's this deep. And I think it's important to make this video because ancient civilizations were big on numbers and things like that also. And you see where we are now. So to think that the numbers and things like that in the sun and moon wouldn't play certain parts in today's times, you gotta be tripping. This dude breaks down the numbers and the greats before our present day quote unquote greats in the sport of basketball, but he breaks down these numbers so crazy to where you can't ignore the significance. You can't. From the hometown to area codes to points. Come on, man. Anyways, we're going to review and react to a few clips about Kobe and LeBron. Yes, again, for the naysayers, because you guys need it. You refuse to accept what it is. Let's get to the content.
So, let's go through the key pieces of information relating to Kobe's death at age 41. And of course, yesterday in the videos I talked about the significance of Kobe being 41 right now. Let's do it again. We'll start with him on the 26th. If you have not read my book, the first chapter is Why Are There 26 Letters in the English Alphabet? 26 is known as the God number in Hebrew gematria, a code that's thousands of years old. In English, the word God equals 26. Notice names like Bryant, Jordan, athlete, game, God, they're all 26. Philadelphia, Kobe's home city where LeBron just passed him last night. Philadelphia's 101, the 26th prime. Kobe's death was announced as the Pro Bowl was kicking off, Pro Bowl 101. And they say Kobe's helicopter crashed right off the 101 freeway. The first chapter of my book, it's about 26 and 101. You have to know these numbers to see how often they are used ritualistically together like this.
See, y'all, this is a thing. There was a video about Michael Jordan and the whole Tar Heel thing and just the whole thing and how it goes back to numbers and symbols and meanings that nobody knows and origin words. Now, these people play on numbers this heavy to the fact that they might allegedly, and I gotta say that for certain purposes, but they allegedly might place certain things around certain times. Point blank period. Just like summer solstice, winter solstice, and how certain rituals or events are held when the sun is at its highest peak and things like that. This stuff goes way back. The only thing that's changed is the technology. And like we always say, if you want to be great and you want this and you want that, you got to give something. So for these people to sign up for this life, things come with it when they're done. You just don't walk away. Not whatsoever. Now, there was a video that said he offered himself and his firstborn. Y'all know what I say about that. Time in, time out. And that's part of the reason why I think 50 and his son don't get along, allegedly, in front of the cameras. But that's really how I feel. Let's continue.
Now, today is the day of the 60-second Grammys. And the last time there was a major, major death before the Grammys, it was Vanity, Prince's girlfriend. If you missed my 3-hour live stream that I just did on this, Jeff Young called in of Megadeth. And I did radio show for Jeff Young right after Vanity died, and we predicted Prince's death on that radio program. Jeff Young's Music Without Boundaries. Go to the February 18th, 2016 episode. We said, it's not looking good for Prince after Vanity died before the 58th Grammys. We'll come back to that, but now we have Kobe dead, the day of the 60-second Grammys. Notice Grammys is 33. A few years ago, they married 33 gay couples at the Grammys. You might recall that. Might have been more than a few years ago. It was either 2013 or 14. Anyhow, the 60-second Grammys, remember, sacrifice equals 62, so does Faustian bargain. And a Faustian bargain's a deal with the devil, selling your soul for fame and material wealth. Comes from a novel about Dr. Faustus, the character who sells his soul, who's also referred to as Faust in the novel. Notice Dr. Faustus is 47, like today's date numerology. Faust is also 67, like blood sacrifice, like today's date numerology is 67 and 47. When Vanity died, Prince died span of 67 days later, the exact number we talked about before Prince died. The first Grammys were on May 4th in 59. We'll get to how Kobe Bean Bryant equals 54 and Black Mamba equals 59. And that's the year Motown came out. 59 is the number stamped all over Black history, Negro, Slave, Blues, Rasta. About Kobe dying on the 67 date numerology, he died in Calabasas, which equals 67. Notice Black Mamba's also 67. Calabasas and Black Mamba are both also 59. And again, the first Grammys in 59. Again, this is the number stamped all over Black history. Negro, Slave, Blues, Rasta, all 59. And, again, Motown came out in 59, Black History Month, and non-leap years ends on the 59th day of the year. Michael Jordan's another 59. Kobe and Michael, major parallels. So, Kobe Bean Bryant equals 54. Yesterday, before the game was played, before LeBron passed Kobe, I talked about the significance of the date, January 25th, the day LeBron was going to pass Kobe, 25/1, like 251, the 54th prime. Lo and behold, LeBron goes on to pass Kobe, scoring the 54th points of the game for the Lakers, while Philadelphia was stuck on 74 points.
Now, if you don't think the sport's rigged, I don't know what to tell you. There was a Chinese point guard named Jeremy Lin, if I'm not mistaken. He explained this perfectly in one interview. He stated that he had a breakout game and he was doing his thing, and he brought his team back to the point where they went into overtime after being down a lot. He had like 26 points, I want to say, but he brought the team back, and the coach came and told this man straight up, hey, you're not going back in the game. And this was in overtime. And guess what? They lost. But he said that the coach told him it wasn't set up like that for him to go back in the game and continue to be productive how he's been. Because allegedly they needed to lose. Look up that Jeremy Lin interview. And if you made it to this point, I do want to thank you guys so much. I just wanted to get this quick video out here because people need to know. We got grown men thinking that this stuff is real. In my eyes, I don't think anything's changed since Rome. It's entertainment. Are you not entertained? If you're here, say you're here. I'm out. Peace.
So Kobe Bean Bryant, 54. If you missed yesterday's video, check it out because I go on a rant about how much 54 is going on in the world right now as we approach Super Bowl 54. Now Kobe Bean Bryant becomes part of this ritual. The other year, he was a big part of the Super Bowl 52 ritual, and they made a big deal about Kobe singing Fly, Eagles, Fly. And with regards to the Super Bowl 54 being next weekend, the Sunday after his death, Kobe's 41 years old right now. Super Bowl's 41. Kobe Bryant's 41. Last night, King James passed him. King's 41. Remember, when we told you LeBron was coming back from down 3-1 to win it on the real King James's birthday, June 19th, and he did. Rituals scripted by the numbers.
You guys obviously talked about the 81 points in the first half on Saturday. In your own life over the last week, have there been other kind of like eerie reminders of Kobe that you've seen?
In my life?
No, just this week of seeing 8s and 24s or. It's a daily reminder. Listen, you literally can't open your phone without getting a daily reminder about it, and rightfully so. I think it's very well warranted, and obviously, we all talked about it after the game, the fact that we scored 81 points in the first 24 minutes, how eerie that was, and then we talked about how both teams combined points was 224 points, right, or 242. Or 242 is like the 2 and the 2 to 4. It is like some weird stuff going on. So it's just pretty cool. It's just a daily reminder.